everybody, welcome back to another process video with the Crafty Maven Getaway where we use our stash. So I'm doing this live because a lot of people messaged me that they like this of how I get inspired by a product or something and then how I kind of build everything together. Well, my inspiration was this confetti. This confetti is from Dear Lizzie Fine and Dandy collection, I believe, and it is just beautiful, and I have so many ideas that I wanted to do with this. However, when I started pulling stuff from my stash, it just started to not work for me, even though this was screaming my name. So I decided to clean up my room, which first of all I needed to do. And then my goal is to use my stash because I'm on a strict budget. So I realized I have a lot of Felicity Jane kits that I subscribe to for a very short amount of time. I probably have like 7 of them or something. You know, along that time I was with Scraptastic and Hip Kits, and all these kits that I purchased I've never used. It wasn't that I was hoarding, it was just that to try to use them as quickly before the next one came out is impossible. So the only way I'm going to use and make a dent in my stash is to use more than I purchase. And I went looking through kits and was like, my goal is to try to use up the Felicity Jane kits. And that's when I came across these tissue paper or felt, I think they're tissue paper, circles. And I was like, okay, this is pretty much what I was kind of going for. And this spoke to me a lot more. So here is this. And here's what it came with. It came with these dots, these doilies, these stickers, it's some embellishment, cut apart sheets, and then in here, sorry for the glare, it's nighttime when I'm filming this, but some rubber pieces that I thought would be really cute for the layout, and it also came with flair, which have yet to rest on me. Yay! I always get excited. And this is just leftover Maggie Holmes phrase stickers that are falling apart, and so I just stick them in there. So that is what I'm going to use for that. And my photos are going to be of my daughter and her Girl Scout troop. They went to decorate cookies, so this little baking shop. I covered up the logo and the name just for, you know, for security for my kids and other people's kids. So, yeah. This is the photo that I'm going to do. It's my daughter with her friends, and then she's about ready to start icing her cookie, and then her cookie, voila, was done, and she just dug right in. So let's go ahead and get you fast forward. But this is the inspiration. It kind of cheated a little bit today because it is all built into a kit, and I think what I'm going to do is I wanted to use this and kind of sprinkle it on like a border going vertical. But now that I have these, I might do that with this one. So let's find out. All right.
Okay, good morning everybody. It is really early over here. So I apologize for my voice being really groggy. I know I said earlier that this was for the Crafty Maven. However, I finished this layout about a week ago and finally was able to do the voiceover. I would have done it sooner, but my birthday is today. Woohoo! Big old 41. And friends have been like, oh, let's go out, you know, let's go get lunch or let's go get dinner. So I was kind of busy and would have done it way sooner. So here I am. Let's jump into this layout. Here is that pink paper that I definitely thought I was going to use. It was very soft and pretty and perfect for the bakery, and I knew that using those tissue circles paper was the focal point besides the photos. Like, that was the one embellishment. I always try to make one embellishment pop and shine on my layout, and that was what I wanted for this layout. So I knew that using that soft pink paper was going to do that for my circles. And using Felicity Jane, since this is going to be all strictly Felicity Jane, I didn't have a whole lot of embellishments that went with this layout or these photos. So I'm just picking soft colors, and I chose a black, or I chose a black bow because I had those gray circles, and the gray was that was the only gray that was in this kit. Now it's really funny. I'm now going to switch with this paper, and the reason why is because I thought of this one, because the paper looked like frosting, and I just felt like the pink paper was just kind of bland and boring, I guess you can say. And so I thought I was going to use that, and then I thought I was going to use the paper that looked like frosting, and that still, the circles got lost. And so then this is the paper that I ended up using, and it couldn't be more perfect. It gave me both, where it was kind of still that simple background that I wanted. It had white, it had a simple pattern, and then hello, those circles fit within those circles. And once I realized that, I was like, this is it. I'm not changing my mind, and I'm going to give you a double thumbs up. And when I do that, that means I'm committed and I'm not changing it again. So that's what I do. One thing I am trying to do, though, as I know that the photos I wanted to be horizontal, and again with those dots as well, but I wanted to make sure I had enough dots. So I'm kind of sitting here figuring out where everything's going to go and thinking to myself, do I have enough dots? And then I thought, you know what, let me just mark the page. That way I know not to waste any of those circles underneath photos. So that's what I do. And then I'm going to have everything lined up. And I did try to use some other stuff in my stash, and I found that, I don't know why, but nothing really matched as far as more die cuts or anything like that. So it's going to be a very simple layout. However, I absolutely love how it turned out. It's super cute. Those circles are awesome. Yeah, it couldn't be more perfect, especially with those photos. So here I'm grabbing some color, Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I'm using gold and blush. And it's so funny, it's the same product, but the consistency of the liquid is so different. The blush bubbles up, and the gold does not. So the blush is really hard because it gets so foamy, and it's very hard to sprinkle on my page. It drives me crazy. Okay, so where am I doing this, right? What are you doing? I think actually right now I'm trying to grab the blush. Yeah, I was shaking it up. Okay. Yeah, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning. I don't know why. I mean, I went to bed early last night. I went to bed at 9, and for some reason I normally get up anyways at 4:30 in the morning because of work, to get everything I need to get done before my kids go off to school and then I go to work. But yeah, I woke up at 3:30. And it's a weekend. I just want to sleep. Okay, so here I got those doilies, and I'm just lining them up to where I see the markings. However, it still doesn't work. And I actually cut out a lot of this because I fiddled with them, with those doilies in the alignment of my photos for so long. I was like, it's not fitting to where I marked the page. I don't understand. And so then I just realized, all right, you need to cover those, a few more dots and a few more circles, and you'll be fine. Now, one thing I did do, I think I actually cut it out, was I layered up just 2 pieces of the paper. I also cut out the center of that light pink that I used in the very beginning, or wanted to use in the very beginning, and frame the circle paper. And then I used it to back up the middle photo, and then I also used some diagonal paper that was in the kit as well. So here I'm using the cut apart sheet that is also the sticker sheet. I'm just kind of messing around because I know I needed more. It was looking too simple. But again, like I said, it's the colors that are on these paper, I just don't have it in my stash, which is crazy because I've been scrapbooking for 16 years and been collecting products, and nothing matched with it. Also, if you're curious of where I got that that hexagon bowl dish, it's actually 2 pieces. So there's a pink one that's a half of the shape, and it sits inside, and you can also remove it. So you kind of get 2 dishes, and I got that at Target for only $3. So go to your Target if you're looking for a tray for your workspace. It's just nice to have a couple dishes so that way pieces don't get lost. And if you want to know about my little cupcake tin, that is crepe paper, and it's ceramic. So it's very heavy, and I love it. Just a great way to separate everything. So I'm using some rubber pieces, which I've never used rubber pieces. I've purchased some before in the past, or I've received some in kits, but I've never actually used them. I used the Love, to adhere the Love one. I used the, what is it, that tacky or Scott quick dry adhesive. I heard some people mention that, I don't know what adhesive they used, but how it discolors. So I'm hoping it's not the Scotch quick dry adhesive that discolors the rubber piece. But for the other ones, because there was enough space that was wide enough, I used the red double-sided tape. And Allie Edwards, I believe, mentioned that if you use that adhesive, it will not discolor your rubber pieces. So I used that. And then there I'm just creating the 3 black embellishments, so that way it's very soothing and calming to the eye, because it is not just one piece, so not one big bold black piece. And so that way it kind of goes all together and just brings everything together. Okay, so we're coming to the end, and I just want to say that I hope you were inspired to use your stash to get those kits out that you may not have used yet. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I love to hear from all of you, and thank you so much for joining me today. You all have a wonderful weekend. Bye!